do we have here? These are used bonsai pots, and I want to show you one of the services that I offer to my customers. Well, one reason or another, end up with empty bonsai pots. So what happens is they'll come by, drop off their used bonsai pots, select from materials that could fit back in. So that's what I'm going to do today. So this is Hiro Matsuda, a little short chapter in one of the services that I offer. If it's one or even two bonsai, then I usually do it when they're still here. But this is one of my regulars, and he had a bunch that was sitting in his garage, so he brought it over. I had him go over and pick out the plants, and he'll be back in a day or two to pick them up. So I thought I'd go ahead and show you the finished product. So those of you that are close to me and you have empty containers, then just bring it over and we could refill for you anytime. Unfortunately, if you're from Australia or Brazil, you might have a little bit different. Okay, now we have the rough fit. Most of them went in without much root disturbance. And that's kind of important because it's a little bit early. We're still going to have some freezing weather, and it's better not to push it. But because these were well trained in a smaller container, going into a slightly larger finished bonsai pot, it should be no problem. So what I'll do is to go ahead, touch it up, and finish. And then I'll show you what we have. Okay, I'm done. So I put some finishing touches. I don't know if you noticed, but if you compare me to your traditional bonsai people, I do tend to make mine more of a landscape. Well, that's because I trained as a landscape architect major. Let's start here. The big one in the back is a pomegranate. So it's a slightly slanting style. And then this little guy here, he's an olive. Now, the owner of these, I said that, small pots like this in our interior valley is really not a good idea. You have to be very careful of the watering. But the olive being one of the tougher ones, I think you'll have a good chance. But as a general rule for our area where it's very hot and dry in the summer, I suggest going for a medium to a larger bonsai. Red pot. What's in here is a dwarf hinoki. And the color is not really impressive right now, but that's what happens in the winter. When the cold hits, the bright green turns slightly bronze like that. Sometimes it's even worse than that. And behind it, looking sort of sad because no leaves, that's a crepe myrtle. So that will leaf out very soon and then flower through the heat. Is trident maple. Now I know there's more branches in there than necessary, but you have to be careful on some of these deciduous ones. You pruned off what you think is unnecessary and then find out that what you left was a dead branch. So typically I will leave more branches during this time of the year. And then this bigger one in the back is an oak tree. They're very good too, but you have to start from acorn so that you could remove the taproot. But after you get it going that way, it'll be very easy. And then I threw in a freebie for her. He's a good customer. And this one is dwarf horsetail. And then we use this as a complement plant. So it's not typically a bonsai, but it goes with the bonsai as a complement during the show. So this is ready for my customer to pick up. So pomegranate, olive, hinoki cypress, crepe myrtle in the back, trident maple, oak, and dwarf horsetail. So anyway, I'm done. This is Hiro saying goodbye. If you are nearby, have empty containers, just bring them over and we'll fill them up like this. See you again real soon in another chapter.